If Pep Guardiola leaves Celtic, it leaves Man City, and Ange is still at Celtic, there will be talk of him going in. I'm telling you.
You're telling me there'll be talk of Man City approaching Ange?
Yes.
Welcome to A Pint and Two Shots, coming to you from the G4 podcast studio, with part-time pundit and average actor Stephen Purden, and bringing a wealth of knowledge and questionable patter, it's our no-nonsense dafty Chris Toll. Completing our front three, it's the man himself, all the way from the tap end of Stevenson, it's Grado!
Welcome to A Pint and Two Shots. It's a podcast. It's a football podcast. We're live here at the G4 Claim Studios in Wishaw, joined today by the Champ, Shell Suit Bob, and Mr. Toe. How you saw diddling this morning?
I've changed my nickname.
I
want to be the Don.
The Don?
Oh,
you look like a Don.
How did you come up with that one?
You'll find out in about a year.
That was the name of the chippy which I blame a lot of my figure on. Don's chip at the top.
What about May's Kitchen? Or May's Kitchen?
That was later on in the game. He's done, no, he done right. This how interesting this, right? Don, he sold fish and chips, and he sold videos as well. Then
mixed together.
No, you
go to the chippy and you get a fish supper and you can get ready with a video.
Huh? And then he ended up opening another shop halfway down the street, and guess what he called it?
The Don.
Don 2.
Don 2.
There's a Sandro's 2 in Coatbridge.
Then
so what did you get in Don 2, like cassettes?
Chicken nugget supper.
It's the leftovers.
What was it, renting a video? Like Blockbuster and Logo, or could you buy them?
It was like Braveheart,
Candyman. It's like a one-stop shop for your Friday night, a fish supper and
a movie.
But do you know
Harry and the Hendersons or something like that?
but do you know miss that now?
Me and Nicola used to do that. Right, there was a video shop at Carntyne Square. It was global, then it became Blockbuster, and that used to be our weekend all the time. We'd walk along Eddie Road, stand there for about an hour trying to pick what video to get.
And then it didn't matter what.
The same one you had the week before.
Probably, mate. Aye.
But then it didn't matter what shite you got. You had to watch it.
You watched it twice.
That's why now we're just that as a world, we're just wanting instant gratification. We need it the now. Stream it.
You want everything yesterday.
Aye, exactly. I remember, ordering wrestling tapes and it would take 2 weeks to come.
There was a wee buzz waiting on it coming.
And then it came through the door, an envelope, and they open it up like wee Charlie Chonker. Try to look for a golden ticket. Do you know what I mean?
Charlie Chonker.
Charlie Chalk. Charlie Chalk for Willy Wonka. Charlie Chalk for Willy Wonka. There's none of that anymore.
Bucket, you mean?
Charlie Bucket.
Oh, he's Bucket.
He's not Charlie Chalk.
That was a wee clown a wicked way you're walking and a wicked way you're talking this.
And I'm sitting there going, my dad, is that it came? And I felt like Charlie Chalk. And I'm like, Charlie Chalker.
Honest to God, mate, I was waiting for this video. I felt like Penny Crane.
There was a Charlie Chocs in West Kilbride. Did you just get Charlie Chocs? Is that kind of place that you went to?
Is it like a soft play?
Aye. Why do you say it like soft play?
It's a soft play.
It's a soft play.
It's not a soft play.
A soft play. I hate folk that do that.
I know.
I'm having a bowl of cornflakes. It's cornflakes.
A soft play.
Soft play.
It's a soft play.
Is it the cadence in my voice?
Aye, it's a soft play.
I apologise.
It's up there with the way you pronounce Glasgow or Glasgow.
What is it? Glasgow.
Makes my toes curl.
Glasgow. I remember I asked Drew.
I love you, but
I remember I asked Drew McIntyre's father what he had for his breakfast one time, and he went, a portion of cornflakes. Who has a portion? A portion of cornflakes. You see a portion of fried rice.
He's saying cornflakes wrong, and he don't say a portion. You see, I had a bowl of cornflakes.
Aye. I would love a portion of cornflakes.
What if he just poured it on the table and that was it? He didn't have a bowl.
But he's putting the emphasis on flakes. It's just cornflakes.
I love Drew's there.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Shout out to Big Andrew. Nice guy.
Hope to meet you in the future, Andrew.
Mr. Galloway.
Is he coming to the Big Family Bash?
No.
It's Big Family Bash's WrestleMania, mate.
I thought about his dad.
I know, but he usually goes over.
Does he?
He goes over, aye.
I wonder if he went with this year, didn't he? Did he go there?
Never seen any photos this year, mate.
Nah, near that, man.
I'll get me a John Tinder.
So, what have you been up to then?
Well, what have I been up to?
What's you at the Fitbin Saturday then? Did you go?
I was at the Fitbin Saturday.
Good on you. Was a good atmosphere? It was brilliant.
No, it wasn't at all. No, it was a very tough task. It was when they went to 2 each, just the architects of our own downfall again, conceding sloppy goals. And I didn't see a winner.
Sloppy goals? The first one was a screamer.
I didn't see the build up to it, but did you see the build up to the first goal? You let the boy cross the ball about 4 times. Did you see Raskin caught that off McGregor? He copped it, man. But then, I didn't think we were going to get a winner. Never mind 3.
Gregor's got a cheek to be shouting at him, though.
Well, he had a point.
At least at somebody with a bit of fire in his belly still. I love still seeing McGregor going on like that.
So they are.
Because I think actually when you see McGregor going on like that, you think sometimes I bet you sometimes he sits back and goes, come on.
Aye.
Especially the players he's played with before, do you know what I mean? I know that's...
But you're bang on. No, you're bang on, but...
He's seen players in front of him, you know what I mean?
He's seen some stuff.
He's seen some stuff.
He's seen some
stuff, man. He's seen some things.
No, McGregor was getting rasking it stinking, and then Tav kind of stopped him, and then Tav went there and took care for McGregor and started getting him it stinking.
Tav went in goals.
He took over the shouting at Nicola Raskin.
I can't even remember the second half.
Because it was dire. Where'd you go up to the weekend?
What did I do? Saturday night.
That Indian looked good you went to?
I went out for my father's birthday yesterday.
Nice,
mate, that looked dynamite.
I go, would you cry? I go, because I says to the guy...
Coconut and something.
Well, I says...
Chicken chat?
I want something. I love chicken chat. Do you get chicken chat in Glasgow?
Of course we get it in Glasgow.
Aye, but some things you don't...
Of course.
You just get all the way from India, but it stopped at
didn't go any further, man. See that chicken chat there in Glasgow's not ready for that.
Keep that for the Ayrshire ones.
Aye.
Well, I started with chicken chat. It's a kind of a shared platter that we had chicken chat.
Mixed pakora,
and then this wee kind of sweet chicken style thing. But then I wanted something creamy, coconut and spicy in the main. So he made it. He says, "I'll do you creamy coconut." I was going to say coronation chicken. That's because I've been talking about the needle.
Coconut and
Coriander. That was it. The Wayne had a cheese omelette and chips, and my father had his usual chicken
tikka. You put the camera. Oh man. Yeah, Benny, you enjoying that in?
Flattening her huns in the red sauce and all that.
She can scoff, by the way, I'm no joking. She goes to town.
Doesn't like that half of Wilson.
So, happy birthday to my dad yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Happy 65th.
65th. Biggie, what'd you get him?
What did I get him?
What's his name?
Big John.
Happy birthday, Big John. See you at a big family bash, brother.
Well, I was going to get him an air fryer, but he's too stuck in his ways with a chip pan. Using the chip pan. So. And the last 2 years, as I say, I've got my nice machine. I got my nice machine last year.
You should teach him to make his own.
No, tell us about this, Graham, man. Because a while back, me and Grado were sitting having a chat and he was thinking about stand-up. And he's got a joke for you.
No, you just said it.
No,
you tell
you should teach him to make his own. I didn't steal his own.
No, I think it's funny. I always say when I'm in the pub or whatever and then I ask for ice and they say they've not got ice, I go, what do you want the recipe? Good dinner, Storm.
This has been a pint and 2 shots.
By the way, I think we've reached the end of the line.
Aye, I think we've peaked too soon.
We've used all the jokes.
We've shot a load.
I'm surprised you hadn't heard me say that one before.
You've said this a million times.
I've heard that 100 times. I laugh every time.
It's when they told us it on a night out and he was pure like that and it was one of the ones they told us it and I was giggling because it was that bad and I was giggling at how buzzing he was with, and he's like to Jester, will you hear this one, right? And I was like, and he told Jester and Jester's like this. So anyway,
speaking of Jester, I was way big Jester on Saturday.
Oh, that's what happened. Me and Tam, when I spoke to you on the phone on Sunday, me and Tam at the game were actually talking about Jester on the way back, right? Because he was asking who's come to your party, blah blah blah. And my mate Tam's setting his ways, man. Trackies, everything. Tracky. When he's going out, pot up, tracky. He's like, man, he's got an awful style, that big Jester, hasn't he? And I was like, he's his own man. He is his own man. So then we're driving home for the game, we're going through, get to Glasgow Cross. This angel appears. From nowhere, head to toe, white denims, white jacket, slick back hair. It's Jester. And he's walking along. So it was funny, but because I'm driving, Tam's sitting there, Leo's in the back, and I've beat the horn. I'm like, Jester, big man. And he must have thought it was a pun. He's like, how you doing, pal? But then, how you doing, pal? And he went, oh, Stevie boy, I'm like, how you doing, mate? But the funniest thing about it all wasn't it just Jester, I think there was a punter. It was Tam seeing Tam's like this. So Tam's in the passenger window and I'm driving, Jester's in, I'm like, alright mate, what's that? He's like, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Tam's like this. Turn the corner. He's like, so he going? Aye, so Tam's kind of out his peripheral vision. Tam's sitting like this, and I'm leaning there at the steering wheel talking to him, and Tam's like this.
He looked like $1 million, by the way.
Aye, he's good at that.
He looked like...
And he gets all his clothes full at the charity shop, man.
It's like
I just wish we could be
Remember,
like that.
how many times did we say that to him? Apparently, we turn up and his outfit probably cost about, whatever.
£18 or something.
But he looked a million times better than me.
I remember I wore a shirt at one of the wrestling shows, right? And it was all black, but it had oranges all over it. Possibly not my usual style.
I was going to say.
Right,
Staunch, Christopher.
So I came off and Jester's like, I bloody love that shirt. I went, here you go, big man. Just
He
gave
done
him
that.
it.
I gave him Clay's in December. I know what was it. I gave him a tap. Do you remember? No. What was it? I gave him. I gave him a thing with a picture with a skull on it.
Aye, that's right.
Aye, that's the same. Right, so anyway.
No, but we were going a night out, man. I've got my Stone Island or whatever. He's got his Montclair and all that on. Big Jester walks
Jester's
in
at his blouse.
walks in with his 18 quid second-hand charity shop jacket and he looks so much better than us. We're like, me and him are like,
And do you know what? See any room he walks into?
aye, you gravitate towards him.
Aye. Everybody goes, who's that guy?
Aye.
I love him.
They do.
I love the guy.
I love him in
to
bits,
death,
man. It was so funny, man.
Hey. Shout out to Jester and all then.
Jack Jester.
If you're watching.
So anyway, I was starting to tell you,
Aye.
right, so I was with Jester on Saturday and we were at the bars, we were doing an IC, I wasn't doing it, I went along to just show face kind of thing.
A bit of support.
Aye, exactly, a bit of support.
Security.
Like you're saying there, like everybody that walked by,
Aye.
even Jack Jester, there's Jack Jester.
Are we still going on about Jack Jester?
Right, but listen,
we still going with Jack Jester?
listen, so my new thing is going to markets. I love it.
Aye.
I went to Charlotte Row on Sunday, right, walking round it, the next thing there's a big spit with a full pig on it.
Oh, love stuff
Right,
like that.
Oh, that's cool,
He's
man.
wanted to try the grub in this place, man. It's
Aye.
unbelievable, aye. It's brilliant, honest to God. So maybe we should
What do you think there?
there?
Do you think there's a
don't know.
market for a
market
pint?
for a market?
Do you think there's a market for a pint and two shots market?
I think there is, you know.
I've got my wee dolls to sell.
No, we're talking about pint and two shots.
T-shirts,
Aye, but I
Grado,
want
aye.
mine wee bit.
Aye,
No.
we'll do a pint and two shots Saturday and you can do a Grado Sunday.
No, okay. But what is it you did? You just didn't.
You just
did you get a
literally
tilling on
set
it?
it up. Well, you buy one of the
Can you buy one of
debit
the
card
money
machines.
bags? Like you can
Well, Grado can use his Grado
Aye,
bum bags.
Aye.
Aye.
You get me
And
one,
I've got
mate.
a wee thing anyway for the kids. That's
Well,
it.
there we go. That's all we need.
Aye.
That's all we need.
So look out
if you-
for that coming up
aye,
soon or
so
not.
if all the listeners think that's a good idea, please send in your
You can get pint and two shots mugs, pint and two shots t-shirts, etc.
pint and two shots hoodies.
Photos with the lads.
Photos with the lads.
You get to meet Gregco.
Get to meet Benko. Get to meet Granko.
Kenco. That's our new
Sponsor.
coffee guy.
What,
Sponsored by Kenko.
Nothing else quite hits the mark.
what about I was going to ask you too about Celtic and Sunday. Did you watch that?
Well, that's what I was starting to tell you, sorry. Right, so I went to Charlotte Row. I forgot it was a 12 o'clock kick-off. I went to Charlotte Row. Right, so we left Charlotte Row at about 12:30 and I've looked and it was 3-0. I says to Sammy, 3-0, 20 minutes went. I was like, we need to go up the road so I can watch the rest of this. Got to the house, 4-0. We'd missed a penalty. I managed to see Kilmarnock's goal. I never seen one of Celtic's goals, man.
I went in the shower and it was 0-0. Game started in the shower. Time I cleansed my body and dried my body. It was
Well, to be fair,
3-0.
mate, you're hairy. The game could have been finished. By the time
I came out of the shower,
By the
dried
time
myself,
that-
and it was fucking 3-0.
By the time Nicholas used the hairdryer on my back,
No, by the time she'd hair dried my back, fucking Super Sunday and Sky had started, man. No, but I was like, now that way you get carried away a wee bit. You're like, right, I've got beat after them. I'm in the shower and I'm going, Kelly can be stuffy.
Aye.
And I'm like, I mean, it could happen. You
Aye,
never
a wee-
know.
a wee slip up.
That pitch. See, while I'm washing my Davina McCalls here, could
You've
be
still
1-0
got
to
that
Kelly.
hope. You've still got
Aye.
that hope.
That comes out, man. I'm like, right, tell you what, man.
This is it.
Get off!
I know.
take a fuse out that.
And you'd phoned me. You'd phoned me, no? So I'd seen it was 3-0 to Celtic and I'd had a missed call for Crystal. My Davies gone for bad to us.
I did, and I spoke to you, you're
Aye.
going to
I
get better.
think it's just to get a season up, Bob. Just let's get a season up. I mean,
Aye.
well, Kelly, I mean, Celtic are unstoppable with them, aren't they? But I didn't know.
Aye.
Kelly haven't even won an away game all season. Did you know that?
Aye, the home form is what kept them.
Aye, but
That's unreal.
they've only lost 4 games at home.
Aye.
I mean, that bottom 6 is that what you're looking at right now?
I'm getting it up so we
Just
can
looking for
go more into detail.
Saturday's results.
It's quite interesting, isn't it? And it's all to play for. Is it this
Dundee
weekend?
United have picked up.
This weekend, if St Mirren win, they make the top 6. There's
I feel as if St
there's
Mirren
three
have
teams,
always.
Livingston, Hibs and St Mirren. And depending on the results, any three
because this is the last round of fixtures, isn't it?
Before the split. So this is a big weekend for a lot of teams.
I feel as if St Mirren every year are always in this position and they end up never getting it.
I know.
Did they know?
No, I remember last year they
did. It was like last kick of the ball, wasn't it, last year?
They lost at the end, did they know?
Did they lose it or did they?
No, they did lose it because...
Not because we played them post-split, I'm sure. Or was there a game, had we to play them, was there
Last season St Mirren finished 10th.
That must have been the year
well, they
before
were
then.
just before, hang we?
There's only, I say that, 6th place was 40 points and they finished in 36, so there was only 4 points in it anyway. So it would have been down to the last few games.
I would have been, Hibs beating Hearts at the weekend.
That's what I was going to say. Let's go into the fixtures, man. Edinburgh Derby, 1-0 Hibs, Stephen Naismith. Not a good start to his match.
I see the thing with Nielsen getting the tin tack there, I just think... It's just a funny, even with the Callum Davison one, the St Johnstone one, I just think it's bizarre that they do at the end of the season. Maybe it's got to do with stuff like season ticket renewals and...
Well, it's probably to do with that. You want to get somebody in that can see what he's got before the summer comes.
But then there's a risk to that too. Because they come in and then they drop points straight away. It's like there's already that mood.
Well, you know my feeling on it.
It's sticker twist, isn't it? It's sticker twist.
You know my feeling on managers getting sacked, but I think Callum Davidson had enough goodwill that he should have been gone a long time ago.
I think he lasted longer than definitely. I mean, when you think back to that season,
I can't remember them winning a game for the cup.
Well, I said that a couple of weeks ago in this. I says they're slowly getting dragged into that relegation.
Absolutely. Dundee United 2 wins in the bounce as well.
I think Dundee United are going to be all right.
That was a big result for them at Fir Park. Did they not go a goal down as well?
Were flying.
Did they not go a goal down?
I'm sure they did,
I think they did. Van Veen scored in 22nd minute and then they scored 2 goals in the second half. But that is massive for them, man.
Van Veen's on fire, isn't he?
He is. Would you take him?
Do you know what? I was thinking about this yesterday.
I'm telling you this now. No.
Right.
He's so hot and cold. See when he's on, he's on. Right, but
when he's hot, he's roasting. When he's cold, he's freezing.
He disappears for... I'd be interested to see how many actual games he had scored in, rather than the amount of goals that he scored, because he tends to score in 2s and 3s.
I know what you mean.
The thing is, I would consider Van Veen, I would consider Shankland. I don't like this.
But is that not managed? You're managing yourself to come down a level. Rangers should be looking at a higher level of player than that.
But we can't. But
he's also 31, I think. I know.
See that? Right, I think if you're looking, I was reading.
Take over for me.
And also, Motherwell would rip the piss probably with the price tag. He would end up going to Aberdeen or something like that. Shankland, I was saying this about that last night. Why we never just signed him anyway at Ayr United?
Who was it that was talking recently? And it was about when Walter Smith was in charge. I can't remember. It was like Walter Smith was good at buying the best in the league.
Yes.
And he would make Rangers. You'd have that spine there. Players that know
like Stephen Wright, like David Robertson, players like
Steve Ferguson.
Aye. It was always that kind of thing. But there's a boy I've got my own, and you spoke about him quite a lot. The boy Duke.
Duke at Aberdeen.
Aye. Friday night they beat Ross County 1-0.
He is a player.
He is a player, and somebody
he would fit into our system perfectly. I think
he's been linked with Burnley.
Aye. So's Kent, and that's what I'm going to get to. Mm-hmm. Kent, they've expressed an official interest in Ryan Kent.
Really?
Burnley, aye. But somebody put a startling fact out that this season Duke has scored more goals than Ryan Kent scored in their last 3 seasons.
I know, it's ridiculous. There'll be a wee folk like that.
That's insane.
See when you look at it, right? Like,
it's just not happened for him for about 2.5 years. No, it's not going to happen.
He's not been good since the year he's won the league.
I know, that's true.
You know what I mean?
But see, you're talking about Kevin Van Veen, Alexis signings like I mean, we end up signing players.
Scott Wright.
That we do.
In the league, and you're going, it doesn't even not mean.
But it's funny that one because we didn't even know Scott Wright. Remember we signed, we were going. It was a kind of bizarre one. It was kind of left field within it. But I mean, these guys are solidifying their names in the SPFL. The likes of Van Veen and Shankland. I'm not saying I would. I just saying I wouldn't be. I don't like the snobbery towards it sometimes.
I understand what you're saying. But
what I mean?
What I'm saying
we end up buying shite for Europe anyway.
Well, but now you don't have that guy that supposedly is bringing in the shite for Europe. So you're maybe going to be bringing somebody in that's going to bring in a higher level of player for Europe. So, do you know what I mean?
I think Beale's had his targets the minute he walked in that door.
Do you not think that...
I think he should sign Dykes. I really do. I think
you don't think the standards changed though? So you're talking about Walter Smith there. When we were signing like Chris Boyd, Whittaker, Naismith, I mean, the guys are so much better than Shankland and Van Veen. Do you know what I mean? So like, fair enough, you're buying for the league.
Shankland's got 22 goals
I don't know about that, man. I know Stephen Naismith went and done well down in England and stuff like that, right? But I think Shankland's probably on a level of what he was before he went to Rangers.
Shankland's on a level with Naismith?
Aye.
No,
Before Naismith went to Rangers for Kilmarnock?
I don't agree with that.
No, I would say he is, man.
I don't agree with that, man.
I think Naismith's
Naismith was a quality player, quality player.
He's a stupid wee idiot,
That's just the ones I'm thinking about, who's Smith.
I know it's a fair point, mate. It's a fair point, but you can only fish in the pond you've got. You know what I mean? So you're looking at kind of,
Like that, is it?
hey,
There you go.
you know what I mean? But you're looking at it going, right, if these players are smashing it in the current state of our league, they should maybe.
Aye.
They would do it if they came to a better team.
on.
It's only kind of.
And then if you turn around and say about they can't play in Europe.
My point
cares,
is,
man?
Look at me.
see when these players are playing against Motherwell and United,
Not going to sit in.
and stuff like that are going to sit in when they're playing against Celtic and Rangers. They're not going to get the same freedom that they've had with their clubs, and are they going to be the right type of player to be able to deal with
It's
that?
a gamble, yeah, but that's in all walks of life, in any transfer you make. Like, you're looking at a player, I'm sure where Kyogo played, he didn't play against a team that just sat in with 11 men behind the ball. Do you know what I mean?
True,
it just depends. When you sign them, that's it. You go, it's up to you now to sink or swim. This is what we do. This is what it is. So,
What do you think about the vacancies? Obviously, we've got Callum Davison, St Johnstone. We've got Hearts. We've even got Aberdeen. When was the last time there was
I think
like
Barry
three?
Robson will get that job.
did you see who was putting his...
You'll use playing him next week, don't you?
Aye,
Sunday.
Sunday at 4:30. Did you see who was putting his 2 balls off in the other day in the media? Joey Barton.
Aye.
Did you see that? He says...
a job in
He
SPL.
said, well, he said, I'm sick. The only black mark on my book is when I played at Rangers. He said, I'm sick of
I
seeing...
don't know, mate. Putting that cigarette out in that boy's face was quite a black mark.
He's saying every other club I played for, blah, 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 blah. He says, it's always Rangers flop, right? And he says, maybe I need to just come up and get the manager's job at Aberdeen, Hibs or Hearts and ram it down their throats.
Aye.
Do you know, some things
Ram it down the old firm's throats, he said.
some of the things you think, well, that'd be quite exciting to see.
It
but
would be.
No, I
It
don't
would
know.
be
I
exciting.
don't know about him. To me, he's just.
It would be exciting, but because I think he would flop.
I think so.
I think he would, aye. I think he would.
I think
Well, he's not getting.
anybody...
He's not getting an Aberdeen job. He's not getting a Hearts
Barry
job.
Robson's going to get that job.
Barry, especially if they. I mean, are they going to finish third?
If they not won every game or something apart from one, they took
I
over.
think they won the last 5 games and drew 1. Is that it?
They're
Benko, yes.
solidifying third place.
Aye, that's the word of the day, innit?
You can't, but then you always know what always happens sometimes with this when they have like a coach that takes off, and as soon as they get confirmed as a permanent manager, it goes to
It
pot.
goes
It
to
does,
that.
I know.
but then you can't turn around and not give the boy the job.
Exactly.
I watched
They're taking their time.
I watched a wee bit of the Ross County Aberdeen game Friday night when I was messing about in the house, and then at the end of the game, Barry Robson got interviewed. He's just like
Just like
your
aye.
He's just like your uncle turns up late at your party or something, isn't he? Swapped over the microphone. He's like, "Aye, we played well, man. Aye."
I love that.
So I think we done all right, man. You know what I mean?
By the way, I hope he doesn't do right well. He might end up at Parkhead once Ange is of it.
Get his way to go.
Ange, if you're listening, don't do it, baby.
He's dead, man. Not in this. It's like even on Sky Sports News, everybody loves Ange. Ange is the man.
I remember you saying it to start. I actually quite like him, man. You sound that.
No, I didn't. No, I think it comes like of all Celtic managers that growing up yourself, you'd Celtic Rangers managers go, I can't stand him. I want to be like that with Ange, but I more can't stand the media outpouring of love.
But see, the thing is, that's what's going to make him leave Parkhead, because if the media love him, he's going to be touted for everything.
Aye, the thing is, right, I think when, who was it that spoke? Mark Warburton spoke, right, when he was manager of
The
Rangers.
pantomime villain.
He became the pantomime villain as soon as you signed Rodgers. He says Ronnie Dyler was a villain. He said that came up.
He goes and turns.
Aye, he says it goes in turn, says it was my turn to be the panto villain. So I just hope Ange is playing the baddie next year.
I know.
He's not going to be playing the baddie to Beale. Beale's like a stereotypical
What's
bad.
your beef with you?
Have you seen the video where it goes like that? It's somebody asks him a question and he just goes like, I get up when I want, except on Wednesdays.
So Livingston got a good result at home against St John's.
Oh man, toys are you the pram.
So here's one for
Don't
you.
sell it.
Do you think Ange would go to England like the new, or do you think we need to do something in Europe with Celtic before the English team was taken?
I think his stock's good enough for now in domestic football. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he, say for example the Man United job come up tomorrow, he wouldn't be considered for that, right? But with his connections, I genuinely think that if the Man City job come up, he would be in contention for it, because I'm telling you.
Right, that's Pint.
Right.
Stop trying to make TikToks.
Take that off him.
Listen to me. Hey, Tom, there's one left in it.
Well, don't give him any more.
Listen,
Consider off.
I've said this
You're
before.
trying to tell me Ange could be the Man City manager.
He comes-
With that European
Right,
track
mate,
record,
he can't even win a knockout game in Europe.
I'm telling you this now. He's come through the City group, right? He's doing an apprenticeship with Celtic, and I'm telling you, right? I'll bet he's both 20 quid each, right? I know it's only 20 quid, but it's just an interest. If Pep Guardiola leaves Celtic, it leaves Man City, and Ange is still at Celtic, there will be talk of him going in. I'm telling you.
You're telling me there'll be talk of Man City approaching Ange?
Yes.
He's WhatsApp.
You heard it here first, boys. He's went full fucking nuts. He's went nuts. You were talking my group chat all day because you're hanging out there.
Your group chat can go and take a fuck to that. Fucking group chat, I'll group chat you.
At the start of the show, we said we shot a load when he cracked the joke about the ice. Mate, I think we've shot a load for the
That's
season
all,
when
man,
you've just
that's
said Ange has gone to Man City.
Right, well, see when it happens, don't come crying to me.
Like, you'll come crying to me when
I
he
will
leaves.
come crying to you.
Don't get me wrong, if he gets a job outside of Celtic, I will be delighted, whether it's fucking Man City or no.
So, after that performance from my good self, claiming that Big Ange was going to be the next Man City manager, we move on to the next performance, which is...
PerformanceTyres.net. They are the best place in Scotland for you to get your tyres. Anniesland, Ayr, Carmunnock, that's where their branches are, but they've got up-to-date fitting equipment to fit your wheels, to fit your tyres. They're going to take care of those precious alloys. And here, if you're one of these people that drive cars, light trucks and vans, 4x4s, the full lot, Performance Tyres are going to give you the best tyres in the industry, and they're going to do it with the best fitted equipment and the best workers in the planet. And I'll tell you something as well, they're good for Pirelli.
Hankook.
Yokohama.
They specialise in Laza tyres.
Laza.
So what are you waiting for? Head on over to www.performancetyres.net for the best tyres around.
Aye, so me saying that Big Ange is going to be the manager of Man City, that was some claim, wasn't it?
Speed of claims, 100% of your claims, G4 claims.
If you've had an accident and it wasn't your fault, some idiot might have ran into the side of you at a roundabout. Get in touch with G4 Claims.
Nicole and the team are going to take care of you. They really, really will. If you're involved in an accident, here's a crack. Don't phone your insurance company.
No.
If it's not your fault, phone G4 Claims on
01698 767 172. That's 01698 767 172.
and they're going to give you a replacement like-for-like car. So, that's the deal here. So, G4 Claims. This is what you're dealing with, troops. So, 100% of your claims, G4 Claims.
G4 Claims.
Not at full claims.
Made easy.
This next guest needs no introduction.
So anyway, Grado.
Please welcome to the show a very special guest from the Go Radio Breakfast Show, none other than my radio husband.
Your boss.
No, you can't say his boss. Can't spout.
He is your gaffer, but
Aye, but you're not meant to say it. Can't say that.
can you not say that on the show?
But you try to say it.
Are you his boss?
I mean, I'm fine with it, but
It's Crofty!
I don't think anybody's been Grado's boss, to be honest. I think
You've obviously never met Stephanie then.
Or Ian Gordon.
You're nervous.
I'm nervous.
I can tell you're
because
nervous.
I'm sitting in the middle, usually it's him that's like pulling all the strings on the breakfast show and stuff like that. Now it's my turn, big boy.
Aye, how the turntables.
Aye, Neil about the X been played here this morning, I'll tell you. We're here to talk some football, and you've got a wee game for us as well, haven't you?
Well, I've been listening to your podcast. It's getting better.
Thank you very much.
No, it is.
better?
No, it is
If it
getting
gets
better.
any better, we'll need a bloody office.
I know, I'm telling you. That's getting better. I
I don't know.
know. No, it is. I'm
Stop auditioning for Go Radio on this.
I'll never stop.
Yeah.
Never stop until I'm in that studio.
Yeah. Total, so you felt was your audition. Thanks for coming, mate.
Let's go Barnett busy.
Aye, why don't you all go and take a run?
Aye, no bother, Charlie.
Is that Charlie Chalk, aye?
Aye, so you were saying you were talking about you like the podcast these days, didn't you?
No, can I say hi to my hairdressers?
Oh, that's right.
Aye.
Because there's been times where,
I've heard.
because you apparently were talking about him in Las Vegas, right? And if I knew that, I would have said, don't be talking about Crofty when I'm not there and stuff like that. I'm fearing case what you end up saying because.
Oh, wait a minute.
And then he tells me.
We've got nothing but love and respect for Crofty.
Aye. But what I'm saying is, he ends up finning it because he's barber.
It's
Grassy's yin.
Aye. No, they're big fans.
Aye, yeah.
No, they are.
Yeah.
But
Wait a
I end
minute.
up-
You're barber?
Well, it's my son's barber.
Right, okay. Shout out to Fox. Who's having Fox, my man?
Fox.
My wee boy's barber.
Aye.
Aye,
Because you go for a haircut at a tattoo parlour, don't you?
Moving on.
Oh, seriously, man. Good luck with that addition, mate.
You're doing so well.
Doing so well until you open your mouth.
Well,
And I like the
one
no
day when
swearing policy, I must
Oh, aye, that's it. Remember, because that's one of the reasons why we do watch what we're swearing because.
Yes.
Do
We
you know what
have
I mean?
tried to get better at that.
We have tried to get better. Crofty's old school.
don't need it. He's better than
no,
that.
we are. But he's right. Do you know what I mean? This guy knows, man. This guy sees some stuff.
The only reason I've stopped swearing is because I've lost my house because of it.
Well, Crofty, you've been I actually went. This is quite cool. I've got you in this kind of. So tell us, you have been on the radio since what, the early 90s?
Yeah, 94.
94.
What was your first radio gig?
Aye, this is cool.
It was a station called QFM.
Oh, I love QFM,
QFM.
man.
That was the soundtrack to my childhood.
Was that right? 252? I think it changed
No,
that.
QFM.
Aye.
It was Q96 back in the day in Paisley. And then it got bought over. I was at Scott FM at the time. And
Scott
the guy said
FM.
I wasn't good enough for Scott FM.
Were you at Scott FM when Scotty McClue was doing the nighttime show?
Aye, it was a guy, Terry McGeddy.
A big Terry.
Wee fat Bob.
Aye.
Who you talking to?
I think you've lost a lot of weight. We'll see you back in River City.
So hold on, so you QFM, and how do you get a job as a radio? Did you just keep knocking on doors, sending out wee demos, sitting in your
Sent a
mother's
demo.
house and talking?
Sent a demo.
Aye.
Yeah, right, keep telling me.
Hospital radio toll.
That's what Jerry just recorded.
Imagine Tone Hospital. Sorry, everybody, it's gone for their operations today. This one's for you.
Listen, I've got.
Shout out to me, Eric.
Aye.
Rest in
Listen,
peace.
He would like, listen, I'm doing some stuff next week, but I can't really get into it. It's kinda, I can't really talk about it. So but stay tuned.
Yeah, Greg, man, do you know any good landscapers, man?
That's a good shout. Them didn't know any good landscapers.
But that's bright. So then they take you in, and then that's it. You've never looked back. Then you've been on the radio for that long.
Aye, pretty much.
And what do you think of podcasts?
What do I think of podcasts?
Well, because you're
I love podcasts.
a dyed in the wool radio guy. Was there ever a point but in radio where they go, these podcasters, man, they don't know what they're
That's a
doing?
good
Do
question,
you know what I mean?
That's a good question.
I think podcasts are brilliant. I mean, I think podcasts have been around a lot longer than probably people think.
Aye.
But, you know, some of them are better than others.
That's that thing.
You listen to folk at that then, aye?
Oh,
Come on, he's not controversial. Hey, you'll be going to my wedding. Come on.
Aye.
I will not be coming on the show. Aye, we know John.
Oh, John's a great guy. But in actual fact, the reason John knows me, I phoned up for a job Radio X years ago. Did you know that? Did you see I phoned you as well at one point?
You sent an email.
Was that the same day where you thought I can do panel?
Yes.
It
Yes.
just,
Yes.
It's kind of as if you had an epiphany that
You
going,
need
like,
to do. You just need
That's
to wake
what-
up and phone folk.
That's what
That's
I
what
did.
Radio done.
Aye, that's what I phoned up the guy in the pavilion.
I remember he phoned the guy
Get
at
a
the
number
pavilion
for
up.
Radio 1.
No.
He phoned the guy at the pavilion, boss man, big Mr. G, and then he phones me and goes, Stephen, because I think Johnny had left at that point, and he's like, had this guy Grado phone me, what do you think? And I'd worked with you in River City, and I was like, what, for panel? He's like, aye, and I was like, aye.
But this was like a couple of days after Johnny pulled out.
Johnny pulled out.
Because Ian was gone. I mean, he's great with the audience. He's got a catchphrase.
Aye.
I'm enjoying myself, and I went, I've got a catchphrase.
Aye.
It's yourself.
It's yourself.
I've got it's yourself. And he went, nah, it'll work.
But and then he went to use it in every single
I
scene.
know. Every time I come on the stage, he went, it's yourself.
But then we had probably the worst panto in history that there's ever been.
Elfie's Magical
And I
Pencil.
thought he wasn't going to last, but it wasn't his fault. The panto was just rotten. It was a baptism of fire for you, remember? It was a sad time.
It's
but
quite boring, isn't it, Crofty?
No, I'm just thinking about his radio career. Because he sent to every radio station in Scotland
Aye.
saying he wanted to do radio.
Aye.
and he ended up getting a demo with Gina McKee.
Oh, so I did.
We were doing panel at the time where you were getting the gig and go.
Aye. Oh, it was one Tuesday night I went up and had to sit with Gina McKee, and Gina's lovely, right? But it was like I had nothing to say, man. It was like she would come and go, and that's it. It was just like, and obviously they played music, and we kind of came in at the end, the tail end of the music.
You fellas.
She was like, and that's One Direction, the new song by One Direction. Grado, what do you think of that? And I was going, aye, that's a good song, that one. I think that's one of their better ones.
That's a toe tapper.
Quite like that one, Gina. And then she'd be like, good. Here's some Ed Sheeran. And that's all I was saying. I was going, I don't know, good one. And it was that one called again. Honestly, it was a... Oh.
Do you get any Metallica?
DC, so you can wear his jumper.
Crofty, is there ever like, have you always been breakfast show? Always in your career?
No.
Night shifts, you done night shift, you tell me?
Started off night shift.
I
hated it.
I
hated it. Absolutely hated it. And then I went to drive time at Tay for 6.5 years.
What time did you finish up for?
Started at 4. Started at 4, finished at 7.
But the breakfast show is the one you want, innit? That's the biggie, innit? The breakfast show.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's a lifestyle, really, because the time you need to get up at in the morning. And, do you know what I mean?
Talk us through your morning, Crofty. What time do you need to get up for the breakfast?
4:30.
Oh my God.
4:30, get up, get ready.
Are you out the door before the rain's up now, right?
Sometimes. He's quite an early riser, so occasionally I will see him.
It's in his blood. He's an early riser. He's in his blood. He's in his blood.
But I know, so we get in 6 o'clock, just before 6. We've already kind of done all the prep the day before in the main, you know, and then, you know, everyone else kind of falls in.
Yeah, talk me through this, right? So the first time I ever done River City with Grado, I thought, wow, man, who's this guy? He's wild. What was it like your first day with him? What was it like when you go together first show?
You know what happened?
Well, the first show was
it was
during lockdown. It was just over 3 years ago. This week.
I tell you what we had to do, because it was bear in mind, this was the very, very first show, so we had to just like sort of as to get the show on air. It was, we can say this kind of.
Aye, well, the studios weren't finished yet.
Aye,
because the marketing for Go was amazing. It was everywhere.
So we were going to pre-record it just as a kind of, you know, to see how it would go with it, you know, being in the studio.
Separate houses and stuff.
Right. So we done it on like a sort of high end sort of Skype type gimmick. Man. So we started recording at 7 o'clock at night, thinking it would take a couple of hours. It took us to 10 to 6. It took us all the way through the night.
Through the night?
Aye, to record it.
Aye.
Wow, man.
Yeah, and he was drinking Jack Daniels.
Oh dear.
Because we started at 7.
Right, okay.
And then by the time, I think in the show time, it was round about 8:45. Grado was missing in action because he fell asleep.
Of course he did.
So all you could hear was him snoring. So then,
and that was One Direction.
It was like that, wasn't it?
It was a bit.
You had the pots and pans in it, didn't you? With the pots and pans.
But
try to get Steph's number. Wake him up.
But I mean, that's the thing. It was like in real time. It was about 5 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? So everybody was sleeping apart from us.
Wow, man.
So, but
why did it take so long?
It was just
because you were sleeping.
That and it's just the kind of technical aspect of it. So microphones ended up failing and stuff like that. But the thing that got me up was using the...
Well, I used the alarm. Eventually I thought, use your alarm on your iPhone.
Aye.
And that's what got him up.
Aye.
So he's actually in trouble waking him up. That's a nightmare, man.
Aye. But after that, I said no. But we were lucky. We've got Gorble sounds.
Aye.
That's a great studio, man.
Aye.
Well, the Lewis Capaldi documentary, the bit where he actually, you know, because part of the documentary, he's in London, he's not happy. He's in LA, he's not happy. But then he starts kicking a ball once he's at Gorbals and the Gorble sound. And there's a wee Go Radio mug you can see in the thing. Did you notice it?
I've not even watched the documentary yet.
It's brilliant.
No, I've not watched it.
It's brilliant.
It's good.
It's brilliant, but that's like the Gorbals sound. It was an old. What was it you were telling me about? Simple Minds played in there back in the day.
What a big guns have played in there.
Aye, well, it's the stage was the first stage because it used to be an old social club, the actual building.
Yeah.
So the stage that's there, which we've kept, which is where we'll take meetings and stuff.
Aye.
And
it's a beautiful space in there, man.
Aye, it's lovely. And but that was the stage that Simple Minds did their first gig.
That's mad.
It's class. That is class.
And if you follow me on Instagram,
I do.
This is Crofty.
You
remember
get
that?
all this useless information.
Well, listen. useless information aside, this is actually a football podcast, suppose.
Aye.
Right? So, you recently took your wee man to his first Motherwell game.
I did.
And a victory, no less.
It was 3-0.
And you're a Motherwell fan yourself?
I am, been a Motherwell fan all my
Having
life.
a good season.
Well, it's been
Since Kettlewell.
Aye. The good thing about Kettlewell is he was there already when Hamill was there, so he knows all the ones that weren't pulling their.
So he's
their
to blame
weight.
as well.
Who?
Kettlewell.
No, but the thing is, he knows. But the thing is, Hamill's a hero.
It was an easy transition for him though.
But the
wasn't
thing
it?
is, because he was there,
Aye.
you know, Bob, he was basically, you know, he knows the ones that want to pull on their weight.
Aye.
So he can come in and go, right, come
That's
on.
true, aye.
Aye,
You know,
that's true.
and actually, you know, there's been a bit of a turnaround. So,
I mean, they're their own fire, now, aren't they?
well,
I mean,
we
really,
lost
really.
They lost at the
United.
weekend, but
Aye,
before
but-
that it was 4 wins on the bounce or
aye,
something?
so
That was a shocker at the weekend though. man.
Aye, aye.
They can't finish top 6 though. No, they can't. I don't think they can.
And there's
they
only
can't.
3 teams that can finish
Right,
top
aye,
6.
aye.
Hibs, Livy and St Mirren.
Yep.
I mean, they have done right. Van Veen, as I say, we were just before you came in, Crofty, we were talking about how well Van Veen's done. Where we would take him at an old firm team.
Do you know who's a player? Slattery.
Aye.
He's a very good player, man.
There's a
Anytime
few
I've
good
seen him.
players in the team at the moment. And that's
like
what I'm
him,
saying.
Greg,
That was
no?
the disappointing thing was Hamill, they just weren't playing for him.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
How did Fox go on its first game?
On social media, it looked amazing.
Instagram versus reality.
Instagram versus reality, it was fantastic. But the reality is...
again.
Because I'm just trying to think. So, what age was Leo when he first went?
Leo was right. So Leo is 7 now. His first game, he'd have been just turning 4.
Aye,
And
well, that's just
Same.
we drew his first 2 games at Ibrox. We drew first 2 games, and my mate's like, he's not coming back. So this is a nightmare. But aye. He goes near every week.
I see the first time I took Keane to a Celtic game, right? He used to watch Doctor Who, but he was always feared it. Right, so we're at the Celtic game and half time comes, and Gillis, is it Karen Gillis?
Aye.
Right, she was in Doctor Who, and she was doing the draw at half time, and the Doctor Who music come on, and he was like, I want to go home.
And he's safe space, sitting with his dad watching the football, and the Doctor Who theme tune comes on. He's like, oh no!
Honestly, terrified, man. I had to leave the game at half time.
I think you always push it with your kids. You try and take them too early, but I did take him too early, so I got all the photographs, got the scarf round them,
That's it.
It's a
took
great
the
experience.
pictures,
It's
and then he
brilliant.
just started slapping people in the back of the head. And we had to leave probably, 20 minutes into the second half.
I thought that was like
But
an
he's
addition
been-
to go to a Motherwell game.
Aye. Do you know what? I don't think he's going to be into football.
No?
He's still young though, mate.
It's a
I
shame,
know.
Nicky. See if he was into football and he was a good striker, you could call him the Fox in the Buck.
I know, man. The Fox is such a good name for that.
Aye, Fox Muircroft, that's
The
good.
second name's a wee bit kind of.
That's
Maybe
got
Fox
Motherwell
Adams or
superstar.
something like that. You know what I mean?
Aye. Fox Adams.
Aye.
Fox Adams.
Fox Shane.
Fox.
Fox Austin.
Fox's sake.
Well, Crofty, it was good for you to come in to see my pals and see how the
See how the inner workings go.
Aye.
where the
Of a podcast.
aye. What's it they say in what do you call that programme? Cribs. This is where the magic happens.
Aye. That's what he said when he came in.
No, it is a bit like that though.
Aye, can I see him down the stairs and I was got to talk? Is that where the magic happens?
See, so this is where the magic happens. Have you enjoyed yourself?
I have. Thanks.
No, it's been
for
great having
inviting
you.
me.
It's
It's
been
been
great
amazing.
having
It's been the best experience of my life.
Really?
But were you not saying something
High
about the
praise.
Would you not saying something about how we should play a game?
I think you're missing a game.
Missing a game?
Well, I mean,
Usually we fling one together.
if you want a bit of feedback,
Aye.
you know,
Constructive criticism.
Come on,
Aye.
here's a guy that's been in the radio for 19 canteen. I'm sure he's got wee games up
94,
his sleeve,
94.
Sorry, wee bit of feedback.
I'm sure he's got games up his sleeve.
Here, Crofty.
Go away, go and have a holiday. Go and think about it.
thanks.
Aye, go and take a week after the radio.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take a week off next week and go and think of a game for you guys.
But you should go to Centre Parks or something.
Aye.
Aye, that's a good idea actually.
Aye,
That one
Parks is good.
You got a code? Code word Crystal.
Well, listen, if you had booked it the last time you were there, you'd have got a discount.
You'd have got a wee early bird discount, mate.
Is that right? I missed the boat in that one. Listen, I'll tell you what, I'll have a think.
Right, that's
It's going to have a think for a game.
Actually, I've got something in the back of my head that I've been toying with. So,
Right, alright, okay.
aye.
Okay,
Is
well,
that your tattoo?
I think you guys would love this game. Let me go and iron it out.
Crofty, the door is always open, mate.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Right.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Crofty.
Hey, thanks everybody.
This has been a pint and 2 shots.
This has been a Pint 2 Shots. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Get us retweeting. Tell all your friends and all your family. A Pint 2 Shots. We'll be back next week.